Hello YouTubers, Victorinox fan here with another knife related video. This is a response to Solo's Are High-End Production Knives Worth It? A video response. He posted a thread on Bleed Forums and posted a link to his YouTube channel. I watched it and overall I say, yeah, I agree. For me, they're worth it. And to help shed some light on this situation, I'm going to have to explain the concept of why we collect these knives, B, help draw parallels to other hobbies, and 3, try to really maybe set not a guideline but set some points as to are you the right kind of person for that part of the hobby. So before I go any further, first of all, I like to say, you know what, knife collecting, going up in the $400 range of knives, yes, there is a utilitarian point of view to it. My Strider SNG is a very functional tool, a very effective tool. It's got a lot of good materials. The S30V, the single piece G10, the big ass titanium frame lock, bolt pivot. The ergonomics are designed in such a way. This is a well designed tool with a lot of thought put behind it, and is very functional once I reprofiled it. So yes, it matches functionality, but there's also a sentimental aspect to it, and this is what really ties into hobbies for me. So if you're a new knife collector, you're someone who hasn't really collected knives before, and you're kind of getting interested. Maybe you've come across the forums, or maybe you've started watching Nut and Fancy, Cutlery Lover, or the other dozens and dozens of great YouTubers out there, and you kind of want to buy a good quality knife. You might be thinking, hey, everyone says, get the Sebenza. It must be great. And this is a fantastic knife. And I'm going to say, stop. If the only knives you've ever owned were like $10, like my first knife, which was $10 at, what's it called? Blade. I can't even remember the store I bought it from. A few years ago, actually. And that's the first knife I ever bought. It's got a lot of blade play, the steel is crap, and it's kind of feels like I would not trust it to do anything hard. But you know what? I've always had an interest in tools. And then I started reading up on it. And I would say, jumping up from here to here, you'll say, yeah, there's definitely a huge quality difference. Is it $330 huge quality difference? And at first you might be like, I don't know. And that's probably because you haven't quite developed a taste for it. And this is where I'm going to draw my first parallel to alcohol. I'm not a scotch drinker. My dad, however, is. He likes his scotch. He enjoys a good quality scotch, and you know what? That's his hobby, and he enjoys it. If I was to buy a first-time scotch just to keep around the house, and I want something good that you can serve guests, that I can drink, that tastes fine, straight, without making you want to throw up, and you can still mix it without feeling you're committing blasphemy, let's say Johnny Walker Black. It's good standard. That is set in scotch, a blended scotch. What if you're an aficionado? What have you been doing for years, and you've slowly been acquiring your taste, developing your taste, and you start buying the expensive bottles of single malts because you've developed the ability to notice those nuances. And some people who might have the ability to notice those nuances might never really go past, like, yeah, you notice that, but it's not for me. I don't think it's worth that extra jump of money. Cool. You know, it's a perfectly fair way to go about it. Many others are like, you know what, no, I enjoy this. I'd rather have one of these than, you know, a dozen of those. I like that, though not like a miles jump in quality, I enjoy that refinement. And I'm going to draw a parallel to knife collecting. If you've only collected $10 knives, and you want a standard, let's say you buy a delicate, you move up the chain, you've already got a hell of an upgrade. Sure, it's a polymer based to handle, but FRN is much better than cheapo plastic. You got it from a no-name steel that God knows has even been heat treated to a VG10 by Spyderco, great heat treat. You got good ergonomics. You got a solid traditional lockback, which, you know, is still a great locking mechanism. You got a very smooth opening, so ergonomic, overall design, very functional, a very utilitarian tool, and at that, it's very functional. Still cuts excellent. Great tool, right? Perfect. you're enjoying this, and it's like, you know what, I kind of want to move up the chain. I want something, you know, a little bit fancier. Not quite like, you know, out there, but still something a little better. So then you get, let's say, a Stage 1. Carbon fiber handles, S30V blade, lino lock. Sure, it might hold its edge longer and you'll notice an improvement there, but it's not like a night and day difference. It's minor improvements, you know. That's fun. The lockup is so solid, the blade centering is perfect, and it feels like a higher quality knife. Flies open. So yeah, you know what? You move up there, and around that point, people start to turn back and keep their taste there. So I've hit a nice point. I don't want to go any higher, and you know that's perfect. But like any hobby, there's always higher end stuff. There's always you can always go up, and you're gonna start getting diminishing returns. So you're gonna see less of an improvement from your Delica Stage 1 once you go up to the Sebenza. However, this is where it comes to the type of person you are. Are you the type of person that can appreciate those small nuances? Now, it doesn't make you any less of a knife collector if you don't care, it doesn't make a difference. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys reading the forums, enjoys learning about all the seals, enjoys reading all the latest materials used in locking mechanisms, and loves the ultimate tolerances that, let's say, Chris Reeve can achieve on his folders, Sal himself has commented on the high tolerances that Chris Reeve is able to achieve, and as Sal said, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So if you are the type of person that enjoys that kind of stuff, enjoys that level of collecting, then yeah, you will enjoy this. But like Solo said, this is not the kind of knife I'd say, you know what, sell off your entire collection and just own this. No. Or, you know what, don't just go from dollar store to this, because I don't think you'll notice the equivalent jump in it. And I have to say, for dollar value, is this a high value knife? Not at all. This is a higher end, more exclusive, and not only do you get a very functional tool, don't get me wrong, this is incredibly functional. This still cuts beautifully. It's still got a great feel in the hand, good balance, great grinding, a solid lockup, no play, and backed by a great warranty. Functionally, it's great. But there's a sentimental value, something that appeals to you on an emotional level. That as a collector you enjoy. And if you're the kind of person that enjoys that, then yeah, I think you'll like it if you find it worth it. Same with the Strider. Same thing with me. Something just connected with me and I saved up and I got it. And I really think it was worth it. So I'm going to leave it with a note that knife collecting, like any other hobby, stamps, etc., people who collect action figures, has levels, and some people enjoy collecting the higher end stuff, enjoy the tolerances, but usually something is built over a lot of time invested into learning about the hobby. And I'm going to say the same thing applies there. Everyone might not like it, and that's totally cool. But if you are the kind of person that enjoys it like I am, and you are the kind of person that enjoys reading, learning, and likes these little bits of tolerances, a little bit of improvements there, you will enjoy owning one of these instead of 3 of another knife. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the subject. It's not an end-all be-all stance on it. If you guys disagree or agree, please comment, post a video response. I'm always interested to hear your feedback, and thanks a lot, guys. Peace out. See you around. I've got some really cool stuff coming up the next few weeks. Bye.